Hey, everybody. Happy Thursday. Hope y'all have had a great day. Let's see who's on here with us tonight. If you are in the Zoom room, please take a second to find your chat button. And then when you find your chat button, please click where it says all panelists. And then choose the option for all panelists and attendees. We've got Evelyn here, Becky, Dawn, Deb. Glad y'all are here with me. Please look for your chat button, set it to all panelists and attendees, just like Becky and Dawn did. Yay, Becky from Ohio. Thank you for telling me that. I love to learn where you're from, and it will take a minute, because there's lots and lots of members, but those members who participate in just all kinds of things, we start to remember who they are. And we like that because it's like a family. Yes, happy Thursday to you too, Dawn. Hey, Michelle on Facebook. If you are watching on Facebook, please take a second just to say hello. Even if you know what you're doing and you don't need to hang out with me tonight, I understand. I like to just say hello, or maybe a couple of hearts or likes or whatever you want to do over there. But more importantly, if you think that Shibboleth is something that's important for your friends to know, you could hit the share button. The share button helps us get the word out about Shibboleth. All right, let's go ahead and fix that. I am going to share my screen with you. Who's joined us? Terry. Terry's joined us. Hey, Terry. Hey, Patsy on Facebook. Glad you're here. If you are finding this webinar and you are not a Shibboleth, thank you, Michelle. If you are not a Shibboleth member, you can get a membership, an amazing membership at the price of $69 for a lifetime membership. That's current. There's like 393 memberships left at that amount. And you can go ahead and get that at www.shibbolethdeals.com. Hey, Shlo. Shibbolethdeals.com. And then if you heard about Shibboleth from a friend, please type in their first and last name, a family member, a coworker. If you heard about it from a person, please type in their first and last name. If you heard about it through Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, or Google, or wherever, you can type that in too. But if it was a person, we like to love on them because we do not have a marketing department nor an advertising department because we don't charge enough to have that department. And we really kind of ask our members to share for us because our members, they're our walking, talking billboards anyway. So we really, really appreciate it. So thank you, everybody. Hey, Connie, glad you're here. Hey, Dawn, gifted my mama a membership. She can't wait to get started. Dawn, that is so special. I gifted my mother a membership as well. So that is awesome. Thank you for doing that. That's special. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started tonight. I'm headed over to Fast Track Dashboard. We are on lap 5. Lap 5. Okay. So if you are a brand new, if you're a brand new member, when you log into your account, Fast Track should show up immediately. If you are a restarting member or been a member for a long time and are just doing this to refresh, you click on dashboard and then Fast Track, and then you'll see the laps. Okay, that's the way you find that. But if you are a new member and I like for everybody to save Shibboleth. Like once you've logged in, once you've gone to www.myshibboleth.com, logged in with your username and password, I like for everybody to click this button right here, the favorites button, and you can bookmark the the website. When you do that, so you can add it here. This is called your bookmarks bar, or you can do it right here called other bookmarks. Once you've run out of room in your bookmarks bar, it goes into this. Can y'all see where I'm pointing over here on the right-hand side? Let's see. Yeah, once you've run out of room on your bookmarks bar, see, like if I clicked this little star right here, it would say add bookmark. And I'm like, yeah, I want to add a bookmark. And then let me show you. Add bookmark. So fast track lapse, I can put that in my other bookmarks, or I can just put it in bookmarks bar. But once you've run out of room in the bookmarks bar, the things that are in your bookmarks bar show up right there. Now, if I just want to come right here and put my fast track lapse right there, I can just rearrange that. But the reason I was saying to add that is because you want to be able to get to this quickly and easily. But my other point with saying this is if you're fast track, once you log in, it goes to fast track immediately. But if you have saved this website as one of your favorites and you're already logged in, and then you have been playing around and you're on other links and stuff, you also would need to click on dashboard and then click on fast track. Okay. And it should already be on fast track once you click dashboard if you're new. But just to kind of let you know that if you can't find it, always click on dashboard and then you should see it. Okay. Now, when you click on dashboard and you're not a new member, it's going to come up to this instructors page, which I really like too. It's got me and Jason and Travis and Dr. Jim on it. This is always going to be the video from the morning, the Shibby show. And then this is always going to be a recent class that I've put in there. This is going to be any blog I may have updated and so forth. Okay. And then there's an about us and our email. All right. So you can access that. But if you're coming up to this page, see how fast track's gray? You got to just come on over to it to make it be blue and you click it. Okay. So if y'all have any questions about how the website works, please ask me. I'm here to help you with that. Okay, so first of all, as a reminder, this is a tutorial video that you can watch. It's only 8 minutes long because I'm not going to spend as much time in this little tutorial video here as I am tonight going over these things. But it's just quick to go over some of these things. Then once you come over here and you hover your mouse over the link, it says there's a black box that pops up. Read the black box. The black box is different for every single link. Okay, so every single task, the black box is different. So you want to read it for each task. That black box is like you and I are talking to each other. Okay, it's like, why is she asking me to do this task? And is there anything special that I need to know when I go there to complete this task? Okay, so I'm just going to uncheck these boxes just because I want to show you that after you've done it, you just go check it. We're going to familiarize ourselves with the void replacement resource. Now, this is available to our Journey Level and Up members. Currently, you may see that as silver, but we're in the process of changing these things up from silver and gold to Journey. And it takes a minute. It takes a minute to get all that stuff changed, okay? But I went ahead and changed everything in Fast Track. All right, so this is available to Journey Level and Up members. So if you're a Fast Track member, you wouldn't have this option. Okay, click here to find approved replacements for some of your favorite things to avoid having an unplanned holiday. Now, before we get started looking at these void replacements, I want you to know that these void replacements, they don't just have to take the place of a snack. It could take the place of a meal or, it could take the place of a meal. So for example, if you were eating Pop-Tarts before for breakfast, you got to know, what Pop-Tart do I do now? I mean, it's as simple as that. It's as simple as switching over a Pop-Tart, okay? So some of these things, these void replacements, we would be using for meals or for snacks. Let's say you like to eat chips. You could actually just sit and eat 2 bags of approved chips and have it as a meal and just be done. But previously before Shibboleth, we were like eat chips and eat dinner. Well, now you can just eat the right chips for dinner ever so often, and you got your chip, you filled your chip void. Okay. But we got to learn how to do these things the right way, because you're probably not going to eat 2 bags of chips every day for dinner or every day for lunch, but it might happen ever so often. You got to know which the right ones to get, right? Okay. So let's click here, and it's taking us to void replacements. Now, first of all, you've got all of it just kind of listed out on the side just for you to scan, But if you wanted to search for something over here like cookies or chips or whatever, then you could search right here in that search bar. And then these are recently added things. So you can always just kind of look and see what those are. All right. In fact, let me click on this Oreos. Do not eat it. When you're craving Oreos, we have a void replacement that will satisfy your craving without calling out the fat bus. Replacements: the Catalina Crunch Keto Sandwich Cookies and Lenny and Larry's the Complete Cream Cookies, any flavor. So let's have a look at those. So it's Catalina Crunch Keto Cookies. They look yummy. I could either click on this link up here, or I can click more info. Okay, now let's have a look at this. Snack. So we would use this as a snack. Now, a snack can actually be done. Becky, how do you watch the Shibby Show live? The Shibby Show, it's live each morning, sometime between, I start at around 7:30, 7:40-ish in the mornings, and it's always finished by 8 a.m. So it's Monday through Friday morning at the Shibboleth public Facebook page. If you're not a Facebook user, it immediately then goes into, sometime that day, it goes into your journal videos in your journal. Now, the other thing about watching your journal videos is if you have a backup of journal videos, you won't see those live yet until you get through all the backup of journal videos that you've got in there. You're welcome. You're welcome, Becky. Okay, so a snack. So a snack can actually be used in 2 ways. I want to explain this. You could have 3 meals and a snack. Or let's say that you just want to have 3 eating episodes, which you'll kind of hear that wording throughout your journey with Shibboleth. If you just want to have 3 eating episodes, you could actually do 2 meals and a snack. So this actually could be used as a snack. Now, I'm going to point out something about these. Do you see this number right here? Y'all, tell me what's up about this number. Tell me what this number means. Y'all like the Wizard of Oz? You remember Glinda? Do y'all remember these glasses that you used to collect? Where'd this one come from? Don't know. But that is apple cider vinegar with some zero sugar sun-kissed in it, orange sun-kissed. Okay. Connie went, not good. And then Dawn said, maintenance more than weight loss. And Becky says, on the scale 1 to -3, it's a 2. Yeah. Okay. So that's awesome. And then Patty Bass, hey Patty. Patty is on Facebook. She says not good for weight loss. And she also says proceed with caution. Okay. So first of all, this is an approved item. So it's approved. But is it going to be the best for weight loss? It's not. Would it probably be best for you to keep these for maintenance or just ever so often in weight loss? You could literally have these on a weight loss, on a perfect day in weight loss mode. You could. But if you did this, if you got like addicted to these Catalina Crunch cookies and you started having them every day, you're probably not going to see the results that you're wanting. Okay. So that's why we have these weight loss meter. Because some places will just tell you, oh, this is approved. You can eat that. But they won't tell you how great it is for weight loss. See, that's what I love about Shibboleth too. We tell you the foods by category and how you can use them. And see, did you see snacks is really a category? We have the categories 1 through 7, right? But snacks is a category. Extras is a category. Condiments is a category. Oils is a category. There's not a numbered category. Okay. So anyway, yes, Connie, you just want to make sure that you think long and hard before you buy this, okay? Because then if you're like, I want to eat these every day, you got another problem. It's like, okay, so I like for us to, in weight loss, try to stick for the best for weight loss. But if everybody else, if you're having a picnic at your house and everybody else is going to be eating Oreos and you want it to be a perfect day and you're like, I don't want to eat those Oreos, go grab some of those. Okay. And you do it and you have the proper amount and you have it as a snack and you can enjoy that. And it would still be a perfect day, but just don't do it all the time. Now, I have these marked as a favorite, although I have never eaten them. I marked them as a favorite just to move them to my food library because I thought I might like to try them. I'm also going to click this list and I'm going to add it to my might want to try list. Okay. So that'll be right there. You can have up to 4 cookies as a snack or 2 cookies with a cup of Kroger Carb Master or fat-free Fairlife milk. Yum. And I was just looking down below to see if there was any linked recipes here or where to buy. And look right here. This is in our vegetarian filter, which is kind of cool. It's also in the vegan filter. That's really neat. If Rachel watches this, Rachel is vegetarian. But keep in mind that sometimes the reason vegetarians and vegans need to lose weight is because they are relying on things that aren't really helping them. Okay. All right, so I thought that was a neat little thing to see. Okay, we can close that. And let's look on this Lenny and Larry's. Okay, now look which one would be better. Which one would be better? Would those last ones be better or would this one be better? Which ones would be better? The first ones or yes, this one for sure. Yeah, this one would be better because look, it's a -1 on the weight loss meter. And look at this one. This one can be used as a snack or a meal replacement. So let's come down here and let's have a look. So description. I love the descriptions. I never have to wonder how much I should be eating. I just read it and I do it. I follow it. 3 cookies alone as a snack, or 2 cookies with 8 ounces of Kroger Carb Master fat-free Fairlife or Healthwise hot chocolate as a snack is a 0 on the weight loss meter. What do you see right up here? You see this as a -1, right? It's a -1. We're going to find out how it can be a -1. If you eat it as a snack, anything, just about anything goes to a 0 or even higher if you eat it as a snack because snacks aren't the best for weight loss. Now let's see this. 3 to 4 cookies alone as a meal, 3 cookies with 8 ounces of Kroger Carb Master Milk fat-free Fairlife or Healthwise hot chocolate as a meal, or 4 cookies with up to 4 ounces of Kroger Carb Master fat-free Fairlife or Healthwise hot chocolate as a -1 weight loss meter meal. Okay, so if I was going to have these cookies at my house, if I was going to use them as a snack, me personally, I'd probably just do 3 cookies as a snack, and it'd be a 0 on the weight loss meter. But if I was going to have it as a meal, I would probably do this version: 4 cookies with 4 ounces of Kroger Carb Master. That's probably what I would do. And if you'll notice, I hearted that and added it to my grocery list. Might want to try just to see. Okay, so we'll close that one up. And so I'm just going to kind of scan. Hey, Kanan, glad you're here. Kanan says, welcome to everyone that's new. He's had great success. He's lost 57 pounds in just about 5 months. I mean, just a short period of time. Boom, Kanan changed his life in 5 months. Amazing. Thank you, Kanan, for being walking, talking advertisement. All right, so let's come down here and look. Maybe we want to try a brownie. Okay, let's click. Do not eat it. And then it just says, don't eat just any brownie when you're craving a brownie. Eat Me Guilt-Free has delicious brownies that are ready to eat and Shibboleth approved. And so there's some down here. Now I see right down there where it says Pillsbury sugar-free brownie mix. I bought them. I didn't like them. They were just okay. So after I made them and ate one, I said I won't be doing that again. They weren't worth it. They weren't good enough for me to say, oh yeah, I want to have that as a snack regularly. But you know what? That's what we're on. We're on a little nutritional adventure. What's fun? What could we have? And all of us are gonna like things differently. But we've got this Birch Benders double chocolate brownie a la cup, and then a bunch of the Eat Me guilt-free brownies. Let's see what they look like. Okay. So this one was called a tuxedo brownie. So one brownie is a meal replacement. Let's see, as a snack. So it's probably, so this is the way, see, there's no additional info down there. So the way I would see this is I would just eat this as a meal replacement, although it says a snack. And the reason I say that is because we don't eat snacks more than 200 calories, and it says this one's 210, and it says it's a snack. So you could probably get away with it. But if you wanted to be like militant like me, then you wouldn't eat that as a snack. And the meal replacement, though, one brownie as a meal replacement. All right, let's kind of scroll down a little bit more. Croutons. I haven't clicked on croutons yet. Do not eat it. In fact, anytime I order salad, no croutons, no croutons, no crunchy things, no bread, none of that stuff. Just because that's the stuff that you could have on a holiday if you want to. But on a perfect day where you're trying to reach your goals, you're trying to reach your dreams, let's not let let's not a stinking crouton get in the way of our dreams, okay, and our goals. All right, we got Linda's Diet Delights low carb croutons seasoned, Marzetti simply dressed seasoned baked croutons, and Shrewd Food protein croutons. Well, let's click on that one. There, Shrewd Food protein croutons. Okay, let's click on it. And it is a condiment. So what we would not use more than 50 calories in total of this. So yeah, I don't have any mercy, Patty. I'm just kidding. I do, y'all. Just not with Patty because I want her to do something. I want not with Patty. Okay, so these obviously work as a condiment, but if you wanted other condiments on there, you would want to make sure that you kept in mind what are your condiments adding up to? What are your condiments adding up to? So you would need to see, let's see, total calories per serving, that is 60. So you might have to half the serving on those to get 30 calories, or yeah, I might even go just whatever the serving is on that, but you wouldn't be doing other things. Like it says 24 croutons. So if you did 12 croutons, you'd be at 30 calories, and then you could add 20 more calories of stuff to hit to your 50. Okay, so those are the kind of things you just need to look at and be aware of, because there is a lot of calories in condiments. Let's see, Julie, I like to make my own. I toast a category 2 bread and tear it up for croutons. Yes, that's a great idea. It's a great idea. Okay, let's look at this one. Marzetti, simply dressed, seasoned, baked croutons. Right there, it just says 2 tablespoons as a condiment. All right. Now, I'm curious. It says condiment. So 2 tablespoons. You know, 2 tablespoons of croutons. Is 1 crouton going to fit in each tablespoon? You're going to get 1 or 2 croutons out of that? That seems kind of funny. But you might have to break that up. I don't know. 35 calories per serving. But if you wanted to try those, you can try those. Okay, and then let's try this. Linda's Diet Delights. Oh, now look at this one. Now, woo, this one is a category 2 fibrous carb, all right? And approved portion, half a container. That's interesting. So if you really like croutons, this is actually a category 2 fibrous carb. Okay, I think I actually might have to heart that and put that in my might want to try list. And the only reason I'm adding that is because people ask me all the time for an approved cracker. And I know this isn't a cracker, but it's a category 2 fibrous carb. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. And I've never seen this one before. So isn't that funny how you learn something and you find new things every time you adventure off on this Shibboleth journey into the website? Okay, let's scroll a little bit more. Okay, macaroni and cheese. Guess what? I started the macaroni and cheese. My husband is in there finishing the macaroni and cheese for my son who's about to be home from work. Do not eat it. This is the one that I just cooked, and my husband, well, I started, my husband finished it off for me. So this is the one we just used. And you use Kroger Carb Master or Fat Free Fairlife to prepare the mac and cheese. You can have up to a third of the package, about 1 cup, as a very light meal replacement, or add a couple of ounces of category 1 or category 7 lean protein to make a heartier, perfect pairing meal. Try it with 97% fat-free Hebrew National hot dog cut up in it. Let's see. Saltines are not on here, Dawn. I'll look and see. I see what you're asking me now. So this is a meal replacement or a perfect pairing. Now, this is a 0 on the weight loss meter. Now, the reason that this one is a meal replacement or a perfect pairing is because it's got the cheese sauce in it, but the other Fiber Gourmet noodles, pasta, they are actually a category 2 fibrous carb. And I forgot to mention that one last night. But if you like pasta, write down Fiber Gourmet. If you want to buy it in our store and help support the ministry, you can do that. You can just go right there. And let's say I really like this one. So I'm going to add 2 to my cart. And there it is. It's in my cart now. And I could, if I order $30 or more, the order will ship for free, which is good. So let me scroll down here. Yep. So what I used tonight to prepare that was I had some fat-free Fairlife milk in there to prepare that. And then there was AHS macaroni and cheese. We sell this in the store as well. A lot of people like it too. And then look, Tattooed Chef. All right. So you learned about some very interesting brand names. Tattooed Chef, cauliflower mac and cheese. I think this is one of the products that doesn't fit well into any categories other than snack. But we know that this is something our members would love to have with a meal. Therefore, we have given you a couple of options to make it work. You could have a 1/4 cup counted as a category 3 with a category 1 lean protein and category 2 vegetable, or have 1 cup with a category lean meat, category 1 lean meat as a perfect pairing meal. Of course, it works as a snack as well. Let's read this. It's a 0 on the weight loss meter. Most things that are like a pasta, except for the ones we looked at yesterday, the Fiber Gourmet ones, they're in the negative range. Oh, Patty says on Facebook, the AHS mac and cheese is good. Very good. AHS, by the way, stands for Advanced Health Systems. And this says you can get it at Super Target and Sam's Club. So, all right. So as you can see, this is the way that you kind of scroll down through here and you just scan these things and see what you want to eat. Now, some of my favorite snacks on this list are right here. These Shibboleth protein bars, especially this one, the salted toffee pretzel protein bar. Oh my goodness. These are even better than Rice Krispie treats. And matter of fact, I'm going to click here. But when you click here, you see how you can click there and you can choose all of these lists. Now, right now, it looks like some of those with the 0 next to them are out of stock. So I'm going to do the fluffy vanilla crisp. It's good too. It's really good. All right. So there's your void replacement. So you just kind of scroll through there and see what might work for some things that you think you might miss. Once you have familiarized yourself with the void replacement resource, you just come and check this box. When you are no longer in Fast Track to access the void replacement resource, you're going to click on that green button and it's going to be right there, void replacements. There we go. Oh, saltines. I forgot to look up saltines. So let's see. Let's see if they have tagged it with anything saltines. It didn't pull up any results. Let me put in cracker. Cracker. Cheese crackers, crackers, and graham crackers. Let's click on cracker. Cheddies, cheese stars, and cheese petites. A lot of people are asking for that kind of thing. Dawn, I don't know. What I would suggest that you do is go onto if you're on a Facebook, go onto the silver level group and ask the question, hey, what do people use for their, like a saltine void replacement? See what they say. I think that might be your best bet on that. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to look at freebies, extras, snacks, and meal replacements. Now, what I'm wanting you to do is I am wanting you to list these out on that worksheet from lap 3. Or if you didn't print that, it's no big deal. You don't have to print it. I at least want you to write them down. You're welcome, Dawn. I at least want you to write them down, okay? Or Dawn, Patty also says that you can call a mentor or chat with one. In fact, we've got this little chat feature right here. Maybe I could use that. Thank you, Patty, for reminding. Let's see. Hey, Missy, because I know Missy works at night. This is Kim. I am doing fast track. They would like to know what is a good void replacement for a saltine cracker. All right. So let's see if we get an answer. So even if you don't fill in the worksheet, I want you to write these things down on a piece of paper, because when you write them down, it helps you to learn. Okay, so right now, let's read about freebies. Freebies are just that. You can eat these items freely whenever you are hungry throughout the day. Most of your whole food category 2 vegetables are freebies. Check out the list and our recipe library. I would like to make a statement about freebies. It says you can eat them freely whenever you are hungry throughout the day. I don't want you to do that, because we're trying not to do that. Now, we're trying to stop grazing. Okay, so I don't want you to go from grazing on bad things to grazing on approved things. Okay. Let's see. She says maybe a crisp tortilla. I microwave a low carb flour tortilla from Aldi to use as chips/crackers. So Dawn, there's an idea for you. Maybe a crisp tortilla. Missy says that she microwaves a low carb flour tortilla from Aldi. Yeah, maybe that'll help. We'll tell her thank you. So that's just a quick way to, good, awesome, Dawn. Thank you, Patty. And Julie says, you might like the rye crisp bread for a cracker. That's a great idea. Also, I just thought about these, Dawn. The Scandinavian brand crisp crackers. The Scandinavian brand crisp crackers. And Connie says those are so good, seasoned and put in oven. Good, awesome, thank you. Okay, so y'all can see my point though with saying that about the freebies. We don't want to just switch from one habit, just move the food. We actually want to change our habits, okay? So I would only use those if I was in that moment of mental weakness in the beginning, because you want to try to get away from that. But let's click here on freebies. And freebies, by the way, are not added to a meal. So if you are eating, let's say you're eating broccoli, which you know is a category 2 fibrous carb, and you also know that it is a freebie if it's not been cooked up in MCT oil, but it's a freebie. But when you are putting it with a meal, you call it the category number that it is. You don't call it with a freebie with a meal. We don't add freebies to meals. See, we're not eating more than what fits underneath our 2 hands, right? We put our hands together and we lower them down and look. If it doesn't fit under there, you're not going to eat it. So we don't just add freebies to meals, and we don't eat things that are like on the side just because they're a freebie. We don't do that because it still takes up space in your stomach. Okay, so we only eat a freebie for a moment of mental weakness. In fact, I was with some friends. At the lake one time, and this lady says, "I want to do this," and I said, "Well, how are you going to count that? You're eating that as a meal, or is it a snack? What are you doing?" She told me, I said, got to call it something. You need to be able to call it something. This is how I manage my day. I call the things something. Am I eating this as a meal? Is it breakfast? Is it lunch? Is it dinner? Am I eating this as an extra? Am I eating this as a snack? Am I eating this as a freebie? You got to know how you're using it, and you want to use it appropriately. See, the guidelines that Shibboleth has in place is what's going to get you the results that you want. So it's important to follow them. Okay, so we can come down here. Any leafy green is a freebie. So if you're having a moment, you can have a little leafy greens. Okay, totally fine. Asparagus is a freebie. Now, keep in mind that I think that most people realize that asparagus, if you're eating that, would be a category 2. Freebies, I think people want to use freebies like eating a pickle in a moment of just wanting something that taste in their mouth, or having some um what's it called? Um Sugar-free jello, just to have that little sweet flavor. So I think freebies are really good to kind of just set that meet that need. I just lowered the weight loss meter to eliminate a whole bunch of just random things to look at, but it's really good to look through there because you see other freebie things. See how it says 0-calorie sweetener, and it said 0 to 5 calorie drinks, so it's good to scan through all of those things. And now we've got a whole bunch of vegetables as a freebie. You know what I'm going to do? Oh, and egg whites are a freebie. That's actually pretty good. What I do with that sometimes is I will boil some eggs and have them ready. And then if I need a freebie, I just throw away the yolk and then just eat that. There's dill pickles right there. Cucumbers I would eat as a freebie myself. And I could click show more down there. But I actually am going to set this. I've never set anything like this before. I'm going to set it to 0. I want to see all of the middle of the line stuff. Not going to help you, not going to hurt you, because sometimes that'll have some other little things in there to use for freebies when I'm thinking what people want to use these as freebies. So you got your 0-calorie sweeteners, 0 to 5 calorie beverages, this AHS chicken bouillon, that kind of is a savory freebie. If you're wanting something a little bit more savory rather than sweet, this sort of tastes like egg drop soup. I love this apple cider vinegar. I mean, I got it right there in my cup. Those baby carrots are freebies, not if they're cooked. If they're cooked, they're an energy carb. But you got cinnamon, chocolate extract. So it's good just to scan through these lists and see, because when you're seeing all of these seasonings, that just lets you know that you can cook up food and make it taste good because all of those things are available. I have some of this everything bagel seasoning. It's good. Yeah. So do you see how I got a whole new list of things by setting that to 0, 0? Wing sauce. And it goes on and on. So you might want to just scroll through there and see what all can be used as a freebie, because a lot of that freebie stuff is going to come in handy for you seasoning meals. All right, so once you have had a look at freebies, you just check the box. Now, where you're going to access freebies in the future is you're going to go into that green resources tab, click on the food library, and then click on freebies, and you'll be back in freebies. Okay, so let's have a look at extras. Okay, 1 extra per day is allowed, but it is not necessarily expedient. Just because something is allowed doesn't mean it's required. Keep in mind that it's better to have an approved extra than give up a perfect day in a moment of mental weakness. It is still counted as a perfect day. You are still an EFB, baby. An extra doesn't quite make the cut as a freebie or a snack. So let's click there. The thing about the extras are they're kind of those things. And what people say, what's an extra? I said, just something a little extra. You know how we want that, just something a little extra at the end of a meal or something like that. You can rate this. I just rated that. Okay, so this one right here is pretty popular. This quarter cup of Olay Mexican cheese dip. I'm going to make a suggestion. Measure that out and then put that stuff back in your refrigerator because that stuff, people want to go back to it over and over and over again. Let's see. Wish you could have an egg roll with cabbage in it or one with steamed shrimp. I'm sure you could figure that out. You would have to figure something out. You got to make that cabbage. We have Latria. We've got this egg unstuffed egg roll. You can always have an egg roll on a holiday too. So never think about never forget about holidays. Those things you really want, and you're like, I don't want the other. Then you just have it on a holiday. But you could probably figure something out, Latria. You can ask on that silver level page too. You could look up in the recipe library egg roll as well. You could also go into the food library and look up egg roll. So yeah, and Patty's saying the unstuffed cabbage rolls are really good. Okay, so an extra. An extra is something just a little extra. And Mexican cheese dip. That's good to have at home. Like Patty just mentioned, one small diet lemonade from Chick-fil-A is an extra. Do you know why it's an extra? Because it has 50 calories in it. And even though it's diet, it is not 0 calorie. So you have to call Chick-fil-A an extra. Now, if you had the Choco Right peanut butter patties, I'm going to come down here and find those. Let's just say that you had these Choco Right peanut cluster thingies. They're actually a snack or an extra. One patty, there's 2 patties in each little package. So if you had 2 packages, which would be 4 patties, you'd call that a snack, okay? But if you had just 1 patty, you call that an extra. So let's say that you come home from work or whatever you're doing, and you've had the habit of eating eating on snacks while you're making dinner. And then, of course, you feel obligated to eat dinner, and then you've just way overeaten. Maybe you just have an extra to nibble on while you're making dinner, and there's an extra. But I want you to think about this. If you went to Chick-fil-A at lunch and you had an approved perfect meal at lunch and you ordered the diet lemonade, you had your extra for the day. So you would not want to do your Choco Right peanut butter patty or whatever kind of patty it is. You wouldn't want to do that while you're making dinner. Okay, so you have to think about these things. How am I using this? And you got to know, because this is the way that we get the results that we want. We are more aware of what we're doing, and we're making good plans. And we can't go to Chick-fil-A during the day and then come home at night and go, but I want it, so I'm going to do it. I mean, that's kind of not going to help you get results. So I wouldn't do that as my extra. All right. And you don't have to have an extra either. Patty. Oh, Patty messaged me yesterday. I'm going to go get this other thing. I said, no, you're not. Julie says, I love to freeze the Choco Rights. They last longer eating them. That's a great idea, Julie. I love that. That's awesome. Okay, so I'm going to scroll down a little bit more. The Bran Crisp bread is an extra. This is the one I'm going to unheart that one because this is the one I mean. We sell this at the store. I really like this stuff. Now, this could be a category 2 fibers carb. It can be a snack or an extra or a perfect pairing item. It can be used so much. Now I'm going to click find it in our store. The store is there for convenience, y'all. Brand crisp bread. Okay, so let's click here. And I like the pumpkin seed. It's really good. Oops. Anyway, y'all saw how I added that to the cart. So once you've looked through extras, you want to be familiar. Let's say that you like some bonito chips and you want to feel like you're having a little Mexican. You can pull the amount of bonito chips out of the bag. Don't sit there with the bag. That's very, very dangerous. Okay, you got to pull the chips out, close that bag up. I mean, staple it if you have to. Staple it because bonitos just yell your name. Okay, so just whatever you have to do to not open them. Locked box with a this lock cannot open for 24 hours, whatever. But pull the amount out that you can have for the snack amount. You can have the snack and the extra at the same time. You could have chips and dip. You could even do a little bit of salsa because I think some salsas are freebies. Okay, that'd be kind of fun. You could even eat that really as an eating episode because you ate it all together. You'd eat it as an eating episode. Okay, so let's have a look at snacks. Now, snacks are just a little bit more than for extras. Okay, so let me kind of give you this bit of info. Extras, when we have determined what can be an extra, it's typically something that isn't more than 40 calories, but we've made some judgment calls. That quarter cup of cheese dip, it's about 50 calories. We've made a judgment call and allowed that to be in there. Okay. Then when you have a when you see that a bio coffee, a health-wise hot chocolate, or a cocoa moringa hot chocolate, when you see that those are extras, one of them would be an extra, but then you look at the calories on them and you see they're like to 80, 90 calories, and you're thinking, well, I thought she said that was less than 40. That's because Travis has made some judgment calls on some things that actually can work to our benefit and just human nature and what we want and need. So he's trying to create a successful program, giving us a little bit more on some of those things. Okay. But what you got to do is follow it according to what the food library says it is and use it according to what am I calling this? Okay. So snacks. This AHS cereal, the cinnamon crisp cereal, is delicious. Now, one bag is a snack. What I love is it's packaged out. How many of you? Oh, Patty just did it the other day. She showed an example of what her husband poured a bowl of cereal, and she went, oh, "Look at that! That's not really the amount." And then she showed it was a great visual. She showed what the approved amount was compared to what people typically pour into the bowl. What I like about this is it's already measured out for you. Look at this one. This one actually comes in a superfood, a snack, perfect pairing item. This one can be, excuse me, used several different ways. Now, there's a couple of things I do with this. When I'm having it as a meal, I typically have two packages because that's a meal replacement. And I use if you have a Kroger near you, I like to just go ahead and pour chocolate Kroger Card Master on it. It's delicious. Now, for my son, he said that he didn't want but one bag. So I do one bag with the chocolate for him. If I'm ever driving in the car, and you know how sometimes we just want to have little things to munch on while we're driving in the car, these are small little bits and pieces, and this makes a good little snack for the car. Okay. So that's a really nice thing. And again, that's that advanced health systems that's sold in our store. The other thing that's really good, and honestly, some of these things, if you can have let's see, Don says, I had a piece of Russell Stover sugar-free dark chocolate today as an extra. Awesome. Yes, that's wonderful. The AHS pancakes. Now, if you're wanting pancakes, you can actually have up to 2 packages as a meal. But you know what? If one works and it fills you, why would you eat 2? Okay, because we're trying to eat less. So just think about that. So when you're eating it, if you eat one and it works, let that be your number that you eat. And then you can put it with some fat, sugar-free syrup and stuff. So here's where it says 2 packages as a meal, and that would be a -3 weight loss meter meal. 1 package with half a cup of egg whites. This is a -3 weight loss meter meal. This is actually a perfect pairing because this is a meal replacement with a category 1. 1 package with 1 egg or 2 pieces of sausages. That sounds good. I might do that one. -2 on the weight loss meter meal and 1 package alone as a snack. Now look, it went up to a +1 on the weight loss meter. All right. So anyway, but these are good. They're really good. Let's see. Dawn says, agree with try the one and see how you feel before just making 2. Exactly. Yeah. And if I have made a commitment just to eat 1 at that time, I might say if I got hungry, because you know what? I gave an idea to somebody, I think this morning, and I said, when you are wanting, she was talking about overeating approved foods. I said, well, let's do this. When you eat that approved food, I want you to already have it all put away. Don't have it sitting out because it's easier to go back and get that second serving when it's sitting there. And then I want you to set a timer for 10 minutes because after 10 minutes is up, see, at that moment, our mouth is still enjoying what we're eating. That's why we want to eat more. But I told her, I said, just sit at the table, relax, talk to your family, but set the timer for 10 minutes because you want to get over that, or get up immediately and go walking. But I don't just at least give yourself 10 minutes before you try to go make some more food. Let's see. Can you have 2 pancakes and 2 eggs with low fat syrup? I would not do that because that's not what it said. Let me go back and see what it says, Latria. I always follow it exactly. So this says you can have 1 package with half a cup of egg whites, or it says you can have 1 package with 1 egg or 2 pieces of sausage. So Latria, this 1 packet can make 3 pancakes, but I would only do it with 1 egg, not 2. So 1 package could make about 3 pancakes, 1 egg, or 2 pieces of sausage. So I wouldn't do 2 packages and 2 eggs. I wouldn't do that. But you can still add the low fat syrup to that. That sounds like a McGriddle, actually, doesn't it? But you would want to do one or the other on the sausage and the eggs. And I want y'all to think about this. You're doing this to have better health, to feel better. And it's very important. It's very important that you do this for yourself, for your family, and everybody. So just look at it as fun. You get to try new things. And after you've eaten all that you have or can for the day, just cut it off. You're like, okay, I'm done for the day. And if you have to go to bed early, go to bed early. My husband hears me say all the time, I got to go to bed. And he's like, why? I said, so I can wake up and eat. Because, thinking about food, wanting to eat. Okay, so you can kind of see that we would go through there and you just pick out some snacks that you like. Now, once you've picked at least 7 snacks, I want you to write 7 snacks down there. Patty says, I made the McGriddle and used the Canadian bacon and egg whites. That sounds yummy. That sounds really yummy. This one, meal replacements. Now, I'm a big meal replacement girl. I like the meal replacement. So these meals are a perfect combination of fiber, protein, carbs, etc., that make up a complete meal. In weight loss, it is best to use -2 or -3 meal replacements. Patty just said on Facebook, go to bed. She has told me that so many nights. I have. And every once in a while, I'll put a meme or a GIF out there that says, if you're up and you're thinking about food, go to bed, go to bed. All right. I'm not that bossy. Okay. So let's click here. I already have this set as a -2, -3. -2, -3. And okay, we're going to let that generate, but I'm going to come over here. I'm going to look at this real quick. I want you to see this. Do you see right here in this where it says meal replacements, -2, -3 meal replacements? I heard Travis say one time, I do love y'all. That's right. That's why I get a little bossy. This -2, -3 meal replacements, Travis said one time they actually could go over here for weight loss purposes, but he wanted people to focus on whole food, so he just put them there. That was his judgment call. He put them there because of human nature, but they actually can work really good for weight loss. I know, because I lost 50 pounds using them. Okay, so I went ahead and had this set from -3 to -2. And you just kind of come down here. There's the AHS fettuccine Alfredo. Oh, I want y'all to succeed so much. Patty just said she wants us to succeed. That is the truth. I'm kind of hashtag Shibboleth obsessed with coming up with things I could say. And I'm like, Lord, would this help them? Would this help them? There's the pancakes listed again as a meal replacement. Let's come down here. Beverly Ump. Okay, so Dawn, I've got a list. I'm going to come over here to Facebook real quick. If you're a Facebook user and you come down here to the Shibboleth new member fast track, and we come over here to the search button, I'm going to search favorite meal replacement. I've also got it marked in the announcements, and you can kind of scroll through the announcements. But when you use the search feature in a group on Facebook, it'll pull up anytime somebody typed in meal replacement or favorite meal replacement. So you kind of have to just scan through them. Let's see. I would highly suggest that y'all click on the announcements tab and look at all that stuff. That's all things that I thought was important enough to tag for y'all to be able to look through. Well, I got to the bottom of the list and didn't see it, but hang on. I want to show you because it's actually easier to show y'all through that way than just to look through the this is one of those completed worksheets. If anybody's interested in seeing a completed worksheet, it's in announcements. This is what I ate for my first 20 days. It's not a magical meal plan. It is just going to show you what I ate trying to figure this thing out. I ate about 20 Mighty Muffins. There we go. Let's see. All right, Dawn, I just tagged you in that. Yeah, Michelle, Mighty Muffins are awesome. Let's see. Dawn says, I'm super curious about them. We'll have to do the research for those busy work mornings. Yes. Okay. So right here are my favorites. How do I look at that? Oh, segment. Okay. So the Shibboleth protein bars, I really like the Shibboleth protein bars. The salted pretzel ones, you're welcome, are my favorites. Hemp bars, amen, hallelujah. Those things are good. And I love nuts, but I have a hard time stopping at just the serving of nuts that is appropriate. So I get my nuts on top of chocolate and hemp seeds. Okay, it's delicious. And Buff Baked Crunchy Cookies, these are good. Power Crunch bars, delicious. Shibboleth High Protein Brown Bread. This is actually a category 1 and 2. I have it in meal replacements because it's just a little pack of bread that you could maybe take on the road and nibble on or something like that. But I really use it more as a category 1 and 2 bread. The Grab the Gold bars, amen. These things are delicious. They're like a that no bake chocolate cookie that people used to make. The oatmeal protein pie. If I went and picked my purse up right now, there'd be one in there because I go to a luncheon just about every day of my life, and I throw one in. Yesterday, I forgot to throw one in. And when I got like halfway to the place, I started, oh no, I don't have my oatmeal protein pie. And then I thought, I hope that so and so, which are a local restaurant, I hope they aren't catering. I got there and they were catering. So I had to make an approved meal out of that. Rather, see, I would have just jumped over and eaten my oatmeal protein pie because I think it tastes better than that other place. But I did have chicken, broccoli, and salad with them. And it was just okay because I'm not a big fan of that particular restaurant. But the guy that was catering today, I had my oatmeal protein pie in there, and I have a holiday left. So I thought, well, if he's making those Ghirardelli, or Ghirardelli, however you say that, if he's making those brownies, which he does brilliantly, I'm having a holiday. And I got there and he was having peach cobbler. I don't like peach cobbler. So it didn't have to concern me. Although he did have some macaroni and cheese there. And I half a second, it wasn't even a full second, half a second contemplated. And then I went, no. What I did eat though was a little bit of salad with cucumbers. And he let me just pick the cucumbers right off because he knows I eat special. And then I had pork loin. He had pork loin, and then I had green beans. I didn't eat the peach cobbler or the macaroni and cheese. Perfect meal. But I had my oatmeal protein pie in my purse, and it's delicious. And then these mighty muffins are delicious. The cocoa ringa. Now, cocoa ringa, I've got that listed under meal replacement. You can actually have multiple ones to come up with a meal. You could mix it with a bio coffee and come up with a meal. You could mix one with 1 scoop of Beverly Ump, and you would have a meal. Oh, there it is. There's the Beverly Ump. And then right underneath there, it kind of lists out some different things that I would do there. And so once you're familiar with meal replacements, you come here and you check that little box. See, what this whole week is about is figuring out where you can find foods on here. Because in the beginning, you're going to keep this whole thing super simple. I'm in hopes. Keep it super simple. But then you're going to go, okay, you're welcome, Dawn. I've got that down. I've got that down. And where else can I look? Oh, yeah. She said I could look at Coach Mode meals. I can look at meal replacements. I can look at recipe library. I can look at restaurant guide. I can go into the food library, find some new things on this adventure I want to try. And there's never ending food list. Here's another thing I love about Shibboleth. We don't make anybody say, okay, let's say that you have heard out there, oh, you should only eat whole foods. You should do this, that, and the other. Do you know that it's hard from going from a person who eats nothing but Pop-Tarts and crud to just let me just go eat non-genetically modified, all organic food? That's hard to do. So unless you've become some kind of zealot overnight. But if we can take you from where you are now, figure out those replacements and those things, and you use them in an appropriate way, then you get the results that you want. And as you are continuing to grow, I mean, we got to foster a growth mode. Foster a growth mindset. That's what I meant. Foster a growth mindset. And I'll answer that question in just a second, Julie. So I'm going to be the president of a local business association coming up next year. And I introduced my theme to them. And my theme for the year, I introduced it today at the luncheon, is the power of yet. And my suggestion to them was, you know how right now it's a hard time to find employees, and they might say, I can't find the right employees. I said, well, go take a 5-minute walk, come back and say, I haven't found the right employees yet. And then I can't do that. I can go take your walk, come back, and you say, I can't do that yet. Okay, right now we might be saying, I'm not at my goal weight yet. See, yet unleashes the power of potential. And that's what we want to be able to do. And there's so much potential in Shibboleth. But you can't take somebody with certain habits and change them overnight. It's let's meet you where you are. And then as you continue to grow in the lifestyle and grow in your mindset and grow in your knowledge, which is what Shibboleth is, it's teaching you about the most important thing you could ever learn in your lifetime, how to take care of yourself. There really is nothing else more important than how do you take care of yourself, because if you don't take care of yourself, nothing else happens. You don't go to concerts with friends. You don't get up happily and go to church. You don't get up happily and go to work. You don't get on the floor and play with your kids. Okay, so this is the most important thing that you can learn how to do. And Shibboleth has the right answer. And what I love too about it is we aren't trying to sell you anything after the fact. This is not monthly sales. Yeah, I showed you how to find some stuff on our website, but that's because we like it to be easy and convenient. But there is no requirements. Nobody's ever going to call you up and go, you hadn't made your monthly purchase. Nobody's going to do that. We teach you how to do this from the grocery store, and then we show you where those products are that we really like, that we found. And I'm going to answer this question for Julie, and then we'll hop off of here. Cocoa Ringa. Okay, cocoa moringa is a superfood, and cocoa ringa is a moringa hot chocolate. So it is very good for you. So let me see. Let's look it up real quick. I do a better job kind of reading about it. Now, it's a hot chocolate, but you know how we have the health-wise hot chocolate, and they're a high protein. Awesome. I love that, Dawn. Thank you. Thank you for reaffirming that. So we have a high protein hot chocolate, and a lot of times you can use the high protein hot chocolate. Like if you didn't want to have chocolate milk, I mean, not chocolate milk, if you just didn't want to have Kroger Carb Master or fat-free Fairlife milk, you can actually do a hot chocolate, the high protein one. But the Cocoa Ringa hot chocolate and the Health-Wise high protein hot chocolate are not interchangeable. Okay, they're not interchangeable because this moringa is a superfood, not necessarily a high protein thing. Okay, so let's click here. And there it is. It's a snack or a meal replacement. So we come down here. I wanted it to show me the back of the packet, but what I really wanted to see was right here. It's all natural, dairy-free, no refined sugars. It's like having a ton of different vegetables and things like that. So you might want to go to their little website and read more about the moringa hot chocolate, but it's really good. And there's a lot of different ways to use it down there. Most often I use it two ways. Most often I use it as an extra, and then sometimes I don't buy bio coffee very often, but I'll mix it with bio coffee and have that. It's a good little taste there. But then I also put it like one packet of Cocoa Ringa with one scoop of Beverly Ump, and then I mix that with ice and water to my consistency, and then I will like to eat that. I'll put that in a Yeti to keep it cold, and then I go get my spoon, and then I go sit out on my back deck and I eat that thing. It's like having a Frosty or something from Wendy's, and it's very, very good. But it's not interchangeable with a health-wise high protein hot chocolate. So, yep. Awesome. Well, y'all, I've talked a little bit over tonight, but I would love for y'all to hop on over and watch Jonathan Montgomery do the How I Overcame Food Addiction and Lost Weight. I hope that he's doing it. One time earlier this week, I said, y'all go watch this, and then it didn't happen. But we do them every night. So actually, those How I Overcame Food Addiction and Lost Weight webinars are really meant for non-members so they can watch it. You're welcome, Becky. We would love for y'all to invite your friends to that. And that's possibly over there on the Travis Martin's weight loss page. Or if you're a member, you want to get your points, like on your badge, you'll have an increasing number on your badge, and you can register for that in the pink online webinars tab. Okay. Y'all have a great night, and I hope to see you for the Shibby Show in the morning. Bye, everybody.